Alright guys, I have to get my reaction to some of the crazy stuff that went down today. This is going to be a short little video just reacting to some of the, like major stuff that went down. And I also have to say before I begin, I'm going to be going live tomorrow from picks number 40 to picks number 50 to give you guys my live reaction to the Bears draft picks. And, I tend to be pretty emotional about these things, okay? So if it's a player that I really like, you'll know. If it's a player that I don't like, you'll know as well. So tune into the live stream, man. It's always a fun time. I might live stream a little bit more depending on how long it all takes. I don't know how long it's going to be from pick number 40 to 50. Probably like 25, 30 minutes at the most. So whatever the case is, guys, I will give you guys my live reaction to those picks. But guys, let's talk about tonight, man. First of all, I have to talk about Jordan Love to the Packers, okay? When I first saw the Packers traded up, I knew from that very instant it was for a quarterback. I swear to God, you can ask my family, okay? I told all of them, it's going to be for a quarterback. It's probably going to be for Jordan Love. And man, was I so happy when I saw that, okay? Look, guys, some people want to say this guy is going to be the next Patrick Mahomes. They want to say he's going to be the next Aaron Rodgers. Oh, look what the Packers did last time, right? They did the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. When Brett Favre was still in his prime, they drafted Aaron Rodgers to develop him, and eventually he turned out to be even better than Brett Favre. Guys, that is not going to happen with this guy, Jordan Love, okay? And I pretty much guarantee it. You can watch this video in like 5 years, and you can clown on me if I'm wrong. I will not delete this video, okay? You can clown on me if I'm wrong. But this guy is nowhere near the talent that Aaron Rodgers was or Brett Favre was. And I don't see any of these comparisons to Patrick Mahomes in him. He had 6 games last year where he threw for multiple interceptions in the same game. He almost threw as many interceptions as he had touchdowns last year, and he overall just regressed severely last season. He did have a very good 2018, but come on, you're really going to draft a one-year wonder? Kind of like the Bears did with Mitch Trubisky. So, man, I'm so happy. Okay, I saw the reaction of Packers fans on Twitter, on Instagram. Man, Packers fans were so mad. I really do not think that Jordan Love is going to pan out in Green Bay. I think he's going to be a decent player, but he's not going to be anywhere close to an Aaron Rodgers. And more than that, guys, this move does not make the Packers better for the short term or for right now. And the Packers are in contention mode right now. If I was the Packers GM, I would be getting a receiver to help Aaron Rodgers, maybe adding another linebacker to that defense because you lost some of that talent on defense through free agency. So, it just looks like Packers management does not give a shit about Aaron Rodgers anymore. They're already thinking about the future, man, which I'm so happy to see, okay? The Packers could have added more talent for this year, given themselves a better shot at winning a Super Bowl this year, but instead, they are already looking forward to the future when they have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Guys, you know how much I would pay? I would kill to have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers on my team. And I would hope the Bears would do everything in their power, to provide that quarterback with help. But the Packers clearly are not doing that, okay? So that warms my heart, man. It's so nice to see Packers fans mad and angry for once because usually it's us Bears fans that are like that. So I was happy to see that. Let's talk about also Jeff Okudah to the Detroit Lions. I'm not going to lie, guys. That's a good pickup by the Lions. Okudah is a stud. He's going to be a really good corner in the NFL. But for the short term, I still think that Allen Robinson, obviously, is going to have, the leg up on him throughout our 2 matchups this upcoming season, okay? Jeff Okudah could be a Pro Bowler in a couple years, but he is no Darius Slay right now. And even Darius Slay was struggling to contain Allen Robinson. So I still don't see the Detroit Lions being that big of a threat to the Bears in the NFC North. They're going to be improved for sure, but I still don't see them being a threat by any means. Let's see how they do in the next couple rounds. Let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings pickups too. So the Vikings had a really solid first round. They filled in 2 enormous holes on the roster at wide receiver and at cornerback. So first they got Justin Jefferson out of LSU with the 22nd overall pick. And then they got Jeff Gladney, the cornerback, out of TCU. So that's probably 2 day 1 starters right there. I really like Justin Jefferson from TCU. He was, I think, second team All-SEC. He had 16 or 18 touchdowns, I think, last year. He had a lot of touchdowns last year. So he's a big play machine. So that's a good pickup for the Vikings. And Jeff Gladney, man, that's also a really good pickup for that defense. Mike Zimmer is restocking that defense with fresh talent. So, man, the Vikings are going to be a threat to us next year, but they did also lose a lot of talent over this offseason. So this alone is not enough to replenish all that talent, but it is a good start. So hats off to the Vikings for that one. But screw the other teams in the NFC North, okay? We only care so much about them. We care more about the Chicago Bears. Guys, let's talk about the Bears first of all. There is so much talent available for the second round for the Bears to pick up. And it makes me so happy because when you see names like Xavier McKinney, who should not have gone past the first round, when you see names like Josh Jones, who is definitely a first-round talent that is somehow falling down, when you see names like Denzel Mims, an elite speed wide receiver that could be, our version of Tyreek Hill, when you see those names, you get really excited. Ryan Pace did himself a massive favor by not trading up and reaching for any of the players that he liked in the first round, because just by waiting, guys, he is going to have so much elite talent just fall in his lap. He still could potentially trade up tomorrow if the right player, is there for the taking, and I would not be too mad with it depending on who that player is. But still, my opinion right now is you stay at the picks you are at. Maybe trade back with the number 50 pick because there's so much other talent that's going to be available in the third and fourth round as well. So maybe try to get like a third or fourth round pick, maybe another fifth as well. But whatever you do, guys, we are probably going to get a day one starter at pick number 43. And depending on what we do with pick number 50, I mean, if we don't trade it, we might get 2 day one starters. So I really like all the talent that fell down to us. Let's talk about potential players that the Bears could pick up tomorrow. So obviously, you all know how I feel about Josh Jones, offensive tackle from Houston, man. If he falls down to us, I really hope Ryan Pace picks him up, man. He's a guy that I selected in my mock draft. He's a guy that, many analysts had going, in the first half even of the first round. This guy is freakishly athletic. He has long arms. He is built to play left tackle in the NFL. And when Charles Leno is probably out of here after next season, he is going to be our franchise left tackle. And if Charles Leno or Bobby Macy do not play that well next year, I mean, this guy could replace them if he is ready. So I would love to add a tackle in the draft like him. We also have offensive guards like Jonah Jackson, Lloyd Cushenberry, who are still available. I think Cushenberry is actually a center, but he can also play guard, I believe. So we got a couple elite safeties like Grant Delpit still there. Xavier McKinney, who I for sure thought was going to be a first-round talent. I have no idea how he fell this far. But I think McKinney might be selected early in the second round, so he might not be an option for the Bears. But a player like Winfield Jr., man, Antoine Winfield Jr., that could be in play for the Bears. That's a guy that I saw going to the Bears in a lot of mock drafts, and he's a guy that I like to the Bears as well. Really athletic, a really good fit, I believe, next to Eddie Jackson in this defense. So those are some players that we could select. Let's take a look at the tight ends. I mean, Cole Kmet is probably the only one you would select this early because the tight ends as a group are not really that strong. I think Cole Kmet is the best tight end for sure in this draft class. So if I was Ryan Pace, I would select him if I wanted a tight end this early. But beyond him, I probably wouldn't go after any other tight end. If you look at some of the other DBs, Trevon Diggs, man, he's still available. If Trevon Diggs falls down to us, that would be a player I would love for the Bears to select. That number 2 cornerback spot next to Kyle Fuller is still wide open. So a player like Trevon Diggs, who is really a first-round talent, if he falls down to us, Ryan Pace, he just might have to select that player. If you look at some of the receivers, man, KJ Hamler is still available. Denzel Mims is still available somehow. And this guy, he ran a pretty fast 40-yard dash. I believe it was like the second or third fastest throughout the entire combine. This guy is a really freakishly athletic, freakishly fast receiver. That could, like I mentioned, maybe be our version of Tyreek Hill in this offense. He's the type of burner guy that can burn you down the field with those explosive plays. I would love to have a receiver like him, even though receiver is not the biggest need. Sometimes Ryan Pace does draft best player available, and he might honestly be the best player available if he falls down to us. So that's a player that I would love for the Bears to have. Otherwise, KJ Hamler is a really good receiver as well. But beyond that, guys, there's a lot of other elite talent as well. There's just so many ways that we could go. But I think that these are probably the players that we are going to focus on. These positions especially, okay, offensive line, tight end, or DB. Those are probably going to be the main positions we look at. Maybe a receiver if an elite one falls down to us. But otherwise, it might just be best player available because that's what Ryan Pace does, a lot. So Let me know what you guys thought about this draft round 1 in the comments down below. I'm not going to make this video too much longer because it's already like 12:30 right now. So I'll be back tomorrow with my live reactions to those picks. And if the Bears trade up, I'll probably be live earlier. So tune in tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. As always, bear down.